Hey guys, so I'm Dr. Greg Pugh. Welcome to this YouTube channel, and today I'm going to give you 5 of the best lower back exercises to help strengthen up that lower back, to help improve your strength, endurance, and get rid of some of that back pain. Okay, so why have I said 22 days? You guys got 22 days, right? 22 days is how long it takes to build a habit, and we certainly want to be building habits when it comes to our lower back. Our posterior chain is severely neglected when it comes down to training, so these exercises are aimed to strengthen it, improve its endurance, and like I said, improve stability throughout the posterior chain. 80% of the population suffer with back pain at some point in their lifetime, so these exercises are going to put you on a good stead to help prevent that happening to you, and even if it does happen, it's going to speed up your recovery and get you back on the road as soon as possible. So before we dive into the exercises, I want to go through a little warm-up which I always get all my clients to do, and this is called the hip hinge. As you can see in the diagram, you're hinging through your hips whilst maintaining your thoracic and lumbar curvature as you do so. This is going to help the muscles in your lower back, upper back and glutes all start to work together. You're going to get a good stretch through your hamstrings, and you only need to go down towards the knees. You do not need to go past the knees. On the next image you can see this is what a hip hinge shouldn't look like. This is just bending forward, willy-nilly, bending your lower back, bending your upper back without any stretch on your hamstrings. This is not a hip hinge. Do not do this. This will add to your problems. It's going to weaken the posterior chain even further. Do the hip hinge, 10 to 15 reps, and we'll be good to go to get into the exercises. So the first exercise is the good old bird dog. Most people will have seen this exercise over time, but the key is in how you do the exercise. Activate in the right muscles at the right time and not just lifting your arms and legs whenever you want to. As a beginner, if you start by lifting up your single arm and single leg, that is a great place to start, holding it for as long as you can. Normally around 10 seconds before alternating to another limb within it, either the arm or the leg. If you're more advanced, you can start by bringing opposite arm and opposite leg together to get the muscles opposing the back and upper back working together. This is a great way to get these muscles that like working together, firing together. And that's what we want. We want these muscles to fire and wire together, so then when we're walking around day to day, they're going to work correctly and prevent and support your spine. On a further note, if you're looking to add more stability and more of a challenge, if you're not suffering with any back issues, you can add in a weight just out in front of you, which will basically help to add more of a load at the end range of motion. Same again, hold for time, 50 seconds on each exercise before you move on to the next one. Hold each position for 10 seconds. So the next exercise up is the Skydiver. Now this is a great exercise to improve strength throughout the posterior chain. You're getting your glutes and your paraspinals, your upper back, your rhomboids, lower traps, all working together. So the key with this exercise is slow movements forward 5 seconds, slow movements back 5 seconds. As your hands touch your sides, re-engage your glutes. This is important to get the glutes switched on. The glutes often switch off on this exercise, leading to the paraspinals doing way too much work. So don't forget, as you bring it back, squeeze those glutes, bring the arms forward. If you're looking to make this exercise more difficult, take a light weight or 2 tins at home and continue the exercise the same as performed here. The key with the exercise is all about control and stability throughout this posterior chain. You don't want to be swaying back and forth and letting your chest go up and down. It's all about control and stabilization, guys. So the third exercise is a glute bridge. Now most people think, I've seen a glute bridge before, I can do this, I understand. The key with the glute bridge, guys, is that a lot of people do it wrong. They either have their legs too far away, so they overactivate their hamstrings, or as they lift it up, they feel a huge stretch on their thighs, so they never get into full extension. So the key with the exercise is to bring the feet and heels as close to the glutes as possible, and then driving your glutes up into the air and squeeze in for 5 seconds at the top, really trying to engage those muscles. If you start to feel it in your hamstrings or thighs, I can do another video on that. Drop it in the comments below and I will show you how to get rid of that. But if for the rest of us, drive it up, feel in the glutes, hold 3 seconds, back down, repeat again for 50 seconds. To make this exercise more difficult, switch to single leg driving up, same again, holding for the same period of time, and alternate the legs after 30 to 40 seconds. Okay, so exercise number 4 is the side bridge. The side bridge is one of my personal favorites because it's commonly neglected with people who exercise in the gym. They'll normally spend time on their back and they'll normally spend time on their abs, but they completely neglect the pillar stability throughout the side, and that's where you get a lot of energy leaks, especially if you had back injuries. So as you can see on the image, start on your knees, build it up, because these muscles tend to get very tender, tend to get overactive and commonly go into spasm, especially if people have back issues. So start on your knees, see how long you can do. If you can do the 50 seconds, that's great. And if you don't have back pain, I would recommend trying on your feet and then progressing the time to 50 seconds. If that is still too easy, guys, I've got a little extra tip on this one. Add a rotation in. This will then start to incorporate more of your obliques and your rectus abdominis, so you're getting a whole core workout within this while stabilizing the spine as well. Okay, and the 5th and final exercise is the reverse hyperextension. The reverse hyperextension is a very underutilized exercise. This gets your glutes to fire first before engaging your paraspinals, which is crucial when it comes to lifting and picking things and moving day to day. So many people have hypertonic and overactive paraspinals. This is going to get you to engage your glutes first, which obviously are much stronger, much more powerful muscle. So as you can see from the diagram, start with a single leg initially, engaging through the glute, holding at the top, back down, switch to the other side. The key on this exercise, guys, is to really engage those glutes, minimizing the lower back. You should not feel your lower back on either of these exercises. The more advanced version, squeeze the glutes, lift the thighs off the ground, back down, and repeat. These are done for time, same as the other ones, guys, just for 50 seconds. So there you have it, guys. 5 exercises you can add to your routine to help stabilize your lower back and get that endurance built up in there. Like I said, beginners, start off slow, do 50 seconds for each exercise, rest for 10 seconds, and then move on. More advanced people, you can stay on the exercise, repeat it until you can't get to the end of the 50 seconds. This is called extinction training. And then when you can't do it, you move on to the next exercise and then do the same on that one. Keep going until you can't finish the 50 seconds. Okay? I hope you guys found this video helpful. Leave your comments and thumbs up below, and anything you want me to cover in future videos, let me know and I'll try and get it towards you next week. Thanks, guys.